real answers to the questions that they ask of talk show hosts in this country. I was just listening to one just prior to coming here, and the particular caller had called in about systems, and the particular host was talking about leadership. And the particular caller had said, we've been trying different sets of people repeatedly over the last 52 years, and it doesn't seem as if we're getting any results, none whatsoever. Well, basically I just have two questions which I'll be campaigning on. Very relevant questions. And Bahamians, you have to ask questions that are relevant. I think the caller meant well. He said, well, you elect this group, you elect that group, you elect this people, the next people, then what are we supposed to do? It's a good question. And I'm going to help you people to answer that today with my special guest. We're going to talk about the Bahamian culture and some things we have lost along the way because of the fact that we are not enforcing the law. The law was there from the very beginning. But we have been dealing with a very slack hand. We've allowed some things to come into the country. We didn't put a stop to it. You have to question those particular personalities whom you elected, election after election. You elected them to do your constituency affairs and to do your national affairs. And what has been the result? Bahamians, we have to take this thing very seriously because we are in danger of losing our own Bahamian culture. My guest is going to talk about that when they come on shortly into the show. I'll speak for the first break and then I'll bring them on. The thing is, Bahamians, we have to get serious about our country. Very, very serious. And let me tell you, time is running out. We do not have the kind of time that we had 52 years ago. 52 years have gone into history. We can look back at the record, It's not a credible record. As far as Bahamians advancing in their own country. We've had some serious problems and still do today. Now you have to question those personalities you've given the power to. I think we have a call on the line. Caller, you're live on air. Go ahead, please.
Good day, Professor. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. How are you?
Great. We're pretty good.
Okay.
All things considered, yes.
Yeah, all things considered. That's right.
Yeah. Professor, just make a comment.
Yes, sir.
Some observation.
Yes.
Boy, look at it. Giving out candies in Freeport. They're giving out candies in Pine Ridge, big time.
What kind of
candy?
candies?
And I say candies, turkey.
Oh, turkey.
Everybody
okay.
getting one turkey.
Yeah.
But, I say, well, they give it to you, you take it.
Of course.
It's your taxpayer money anyway.
It is, yeah.
So
You're quite right about that.
Boy, that's a lot of turkeys I've seen.
In fact, what has happened in my area, they said for those young people like myself, you would put your name down and give it to the authorities and they would bring you this turkey. And I can get my turkey. I can tell the man plainly. Didn't come by my house. And they have the recording. They have my name, my contact, everything like that. I did it more than once. So they didn't miss me. And I told them exactly what time I would be in. And a relative of mine told me before I came in they were not there. But I intend to get my turkey. They're not going to get away with that one.
Yeah, but the thing is that and they give something to get something. So the whole idea.
Let's put it this way. That's their view. When a person offers you something, you could either accept or reject. In this case, they offer me a turkey. I take in that turkey.
Take it, accept it. But I'm saying, what they're looking for, they're looking for you to support. The kind of way. That's the silly season.
The man never told me I have to support him.
Yeah, this is silly season, This,
But
this
we
is silly.
understand what's going on, right?
Yeah, this is
You're
silly
not
season,
ignorant of that, and neither am I.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But like,
Okay.
but like I say, it comes right down to being a taxpayer money. So
Well, it
as
is
far
the
as I'm
taxpayers'
concerned,
money. Yes.
you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And here it is now especially in Fort Charlotte, boy. I think in Fort Charlotte, man, they're giving out everything in Fort Charlotte.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but Fort Charlotte, man, they
If they got
bicycles,
spillover, they
Twinkies,
could
you
come
name
into
it.
Centerville
Man, I
and
tell you,
bring
boy,
some
look
over
here.
here.
Yeah, well, I hope the people realize that is something what they earn. So take it.
Yes.
Make sure
Yeah.
take it.
No, you
You
don't
know.
refuse things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Now you see that the bill has passed, eh? That bill has
Yes, it
passed.
has passed. Yes, that is
Yeah.
correct.
What about the governor general? The governor general signed it already.
Not that I know of. I am looking into that. I haven't heard whether the Governor General has signed it or not. There's been a lot of discussion on that. But we will soon know whether the Governor General's signature has been affixed to that bill. But I do know that there are some people who have taken some unusual steps in relation to that because they believe strongly they have a constitutional issue in relation to this particular bill,
Yeah.
and they're going to utilize that constitutional option to see whether they can make something happen for the Bahamian people. I think that's a good thing that they're trying to
Especially,
do.
that bill that's not going to enhance or help this country. I mean,
That is my understanding. Yes,
anybody with common sense can see it's not gonna help us.
yes.
It's a small nation, small amount of people. And if you open the gates like that, you know it's gonna happen.
We really don't
Uh,
need to
you know,
have any more persons from the outside coming in here because right now we have too many of them in here now, and they're eating into our national insurance, they're eating into our benefits, which we ought to be getting. Because another thing we have is we're losing too many young men. That is
yeah,
cause for my concern because I want my check to come in every month. And the people will tell you at some point down the road there are not enough contributors to keep this fund going.
yeah.
And that would be disaster for those of us who have worked so hard to put into that fund to be able to get a benefit at a particular time.
Some professor, this is an idea. This was an idea, and after that, I'll just hang up.
Yeah.
Um, I don't like the way how we're dealing with how national insurance is dealing with the people, the
Okay.
country and the foreigners. Because once they pay national insurance, then you're obligated to pay them when they retire and what have you. My thing is that if you're a Bahamian, then your national insurance benefits should be going on and on until you die.
Yes.
But if you're a foreigner, you work here in this country on work permit. I think after you leave and go back home, they should not be paying you national insurance. They should give you a lump sum. And
Yeah, you can
that's
get
the
that, and
lump
then
sum
you
and take care of that because
they say
you're paying
goodbye.
national insurance all around the world.
Yeah.
We got people, the National Insurance Board is paying national insurance around the world. Think about that. Think about it.
And it costs us money to send that out like that.
Exactly. We have people
Gee.
because I can tell you we had a maid who's worked for us, Jamaican. She went back home now, but she's still receiving national insurance from the Bahamas,
Yes,
and she's back in Jamaica,
that's right.
saying that we have to do something. They have to make some
Well,
amendments
something
to
has to
that.
be done about that.
Yeah, that we can pay them. We can perhaps give them the lump sum and then cut them loose.
Yeah, you
Because
have to
it should
cut
be
them loose.
Bahamians is different. You live in this country and you should be getting that until you die.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just a thought. I think something to look at.
No, but we have to look at the law. We have to
Yeah.
look at national insurance law because some people have not fully understood, particularly those who are supposed to be administering and governing the fund. People get some wrong ideas in their head. That national insurance system was designed for Bahamians, not for
Exactly.
strangers, not for foreigners, not for
Exactly.
aliens, not for
Exactly.
outsiders.
Exactly.
You see,
So
and this is where you have people entering your country who are benefiting off you.
exactly.
You see,
Exactly.
so and it creates all kinds of other problems, social problems in the country. And, many of our people look forward to that check every month. You see them crowding the banks
It's
to
getting
get that
worse now
check.
because they thought it's going to be a problem, and a couple of years down the road,
No, it would be.
it's going to be a
It will
problem.
be.
Your
It will be a big
grandchildren and things will
problem.
have some serious problem trying to collect national insurance. I started it from 73, 74.
Wow, you
I
were
was
right at the
there.
beginning.
So right at the beginning. So
Same
I'm
thing like
benefiting
me.
from it now.
Yeah.
But could you imagine my grandchildren? And so they have some
Well,
problems.
but they can have some problems. Yeah.
Yeah, we got
So
to fix this. Yeah,
I
got to
think
fix
what
this.
has to happen is we have to give, and I'm going to get my team together. We have to look seriously at national insurance law to see whether it's being applied according to the Constitution.
Hmm.
And if it ain't constitutional, I'll be the first one to say so.
Yeah, I
And
know. I'm sure you would. And I think we
yes,
need to
I
do
would.
that. You need to take a look at that.
No, but
Anyhow,
I
have a
think it's
good
a good
day.
point. Yeah, thank you
Um,
very much.
and it's been a pleasure having talked to you and
Yeah,
getting some education. And I hope that you have a good Christmas
yes.
and a prosperous New Year.
Well, thank
Take
you.
care.
Thank you, caller.
Okay.
That's a good call from that caller. Bahamians, I'm going to say to you now, we have a window of opportunity to save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Your salvation document is the Constitution of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, not some scraps of paper written with, but people write foolishness on it and tell you that's what they're going by. That can't help you. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and above that is the Holy Bible. You have the Holy Bible, which is the Word of God, which is universal, and you have the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Bahamas, which is our highest law in the land. Then you're straight. Now, you'll have some people who will give you some other things, some ideas, some suggestions, some comments. If you're prepared to look at them, fine, no problem. You can do that. I believe you have another caller, Mr. Producer. Oh, Lady Russell is on. Okay, Lady Russell, just hold on, please. I'm going to get to you. And the thing is that we have to make a determination as a people to save our country. And Bahamians, we only have a limited period of time to do that. We've already thrown away 52 years. That's in history. You can look back over the record and see how far we've come. And I asked two major questions. And I haven't had any person to give me a correct answer to these two questions. One has to do with the constituency, one has to do with the nation. And you've been here all this time. You've been living in a particular constituency for more than 30 years. You go all the way back to 1973, 52 years. What major constituency problems have been solved in the constituency where you live, Bahamians? After this 52-year span, we're in year 53. And these are the clear-cut benefits you are enjoying today in that particular constituency. That is the question you need to be asking those who you gave authority to run this place. But you're not doing that. You're talking all kind of other crappy things. And you're being buried with problems at the constituency level. So what are you going to do about it, Bahamians? You can't keep drowning yourself. Well, if you keep drowning yourself, you'll die. And then your generations coming after you, they come and inherit the same foolishness. They drown too. Is that what you want? We need answers to constituency problems. We need persons in authority who can answer and solve constituency problems. I had to call on the other show. And he was asking, well, the host was saying the leadership, and the caller was saying about the system. He said, we got this system, we've been choosing this one, that one, the next one, but we're not getting anywhere. The next point, what major national problems have been solved on behalf of the Bahamian people for the last 52 years? And these are the clear-cut benefits. Bahamians, you're paying taxes. Where are your benefits? Where are the benefits? What are those benefits that you are now enjoying today in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas as a result of these major national problems having been solved? I'm campaigning on those two questions. Everywhere I go, every constituency. I don't need to change that because, Bahamians, if you can't answer that, what is the point of you going to the polls in 2026? What you going there for? To do what? To waste another 52 years? Is that what you're telling me? And you don't even know the heck what's going on in your own nation and also your own constituency. What kind of foolishness is this? Bahamians, you're not asking the right questions. That's the problem with us. You keep beating around the bush, and then people in all that mucky water in Pinewood Gardens, and now in Nassau Village, now in Golden Isles. Did you ever hear anyone in that campaign in Golden Isles tell you of any major constituency problems having been solved in Golden Isles? And these are the clear-cut benefits the people of Golden Isles are enjoying today. I haven't heard one single thing in all the campaigning they had. But you tell me they got plenty of flooding down there in Golden Isles. They got plenty of flooding in Pinewood Gardens. And they got flooding in Nassau Village. And you got some other areas where the water is just showing up. You have a little bit of rain and bing, big flood in the street. Then all the damages that have occurred. Hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars over the last 52 years, just from flooding. And you as Bahamians have sucked up all of that crap, and you have done nothing about it. Is that the kind of people you want to be? And you expect to have a country? And you sit on your backsides and do nothing about it? Come on, Bahamians. We have a limited window of opportunity to save this place, or we will not have it. So you got to make up your mind, and you got to do it today. You can't wait any longer, Bahamians, because there are those who are like vultures who want to take every single thing that God has blessed you with, and you're going to sit right there and allow it. See the woman in Venezuela? She don't even have one single thing to work with. But you know what the woman say? She wants Venezuela to be an example of democracy to the world. Did you hear what I tell you, Bahamians? She is asking a president in a foreign country to overthrow the president they got in Venezuela. What kind of crap is that? That's what the woman is asking. Maybe she wants to be president. What's going to happen? She gets the office of president. What do you think will happen to her? You are encouraging a foreign nation to come into your nation to overthrow a leader that is in your nation? Come on, baby. What kind of mix-up this is? What kind of crap is this? I would have thought the people of Venezuela would be able to deal with that problem internally. I don't want to see that happen in the Bahamas. No matter how I may dislike an administration in power, no. We could do better than that, Bahamians. They've been doing it from 1729. You people just forget. You don't even know your history. Administration after administration after administration after administration. Not fired one single shot yet. Some of you out here talking foolishness and nonsense. Someone mentioned that to me last night, and I got dead vexed. Because we don't know our history. We don't know us. That we are people that rely on God, not on a foreign leader to rescue us and to save us. Give me a break, man. When are we going to learn sense? Anyhow, let me stop. This is Professor Sidney McGarter, Walter Domes. I got my special guests waiting. I can bring them on after this break. Bahamians, please wake up. Send me that email. The State of the Nation 242@gmail.com. Please put your phone numbers on it, because we have to be organized. We have to get some things done quickly, Bahamians. We're behind time, 52 years behind. We can't keep going like this, Bahamians. he can soon drown if he don't swim. This is Professor Sidney Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network, 99.5 FM. We'll be back after the break.
The holiday season is a time of reflection where we look back over the years. We, the management and staff of Cash Whiz on Bay Street, wish to extend our heartfelt gratitude and warmest wishes this holiday season to all of our valued customers. We sincerely appreciate your support and look forward to serving you in 2026 with top quality merchandise at the best prices. Happy holidays and a joyous and prosperous new year from the management and staff of Cash Whiz on Bay Street.
Insurance is too expensive. I'm young and I don't need it. All insurances are the same. Let's bust these 3 common insurance myths. First, no, insurance doesn't have to break the bank. We offer plans that fit your budget. Second, accidents don't care how old you are. An accident can happen to anyone. Third, all policies are not equal. The wrong one can leave you high and dry when you need help the most. At Harvest Insurance, we give you real info, real options, and real peace of mind. Call us at 326-80845 or visit us at harvestinsurancebrokers.com and get the facts before you make a decision.
When I think fine, I think bold, strong, dapper, tailored, and oh, let's not forget that classic kind of guy groomed by the Edge. I think custom suits, statement neckties, trendy blazers, and when he's in a casual mood, I see him in a comfortable pair of denim, woven dress shirts, and when he pops that collar, he stands out. Yeah, that clean, classy, dressed gentleman right there. That's my kind of guy. Like, how's your guy dressing if it's not from the Edge? Happy holidays from the Edge by Bevins. Contact us at 434-0697 for directions to our showroom or visit us on Facebook. The Edge by Bevins.
Bahamian feel-good food in the right atmosphere. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, whichever you choose. It's the Cricket Club Restaurant at Haynes Point, West Bay Street. The food is off the chain. Bahamian breakfast. We talking stew cow, stew fish, and sheeptown sauce. And for lunch, crab soup, okra soup, and pea soup and dumpling. Man! And for dinner, they got mahi seafood platter or steak and shrimp. Only $28.95 per person. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Cricket Club Restaurant. Call 326-4720 for reservations. Oh, and don't forget, karaoke on Thursdays. And there's a live band, The Magic Touch, every Friday night. See you there.
The Paint Depot for interior and exterior paint, material and supplies, automotive, marine and industrial, Rust-Oleum, color wheel, joint compounds, sealers, and much more. We are your distributor for automotive art colors. We have pressure washers, ladder rentals, and accessories. Select any color and we'll mix it and deliver it to you. Family Island orders are welcome with bank transfers. Get your free quote today. Free delivery to the mailboats, homes, and businesses too. The Paint Depot, number 151 Mount Royal Avenue. Open Monday to Saturday, 7:30 to 5. The Paint Depot. We supply all your painting needs.
Nassau Motor Company knows that finding the right part for your car is important. That's why you can count on us to give you a quality AC Delco part, like maintenance-free batteries for quicker starts and pressure-tested water pumps for years of smooth operation. AC Delco parts are made to strict GM specifications and fit most cars and trucks in the Bahamas. Nassau Motor Company, AC Delco, and you, a winning combination.
Stella's signature restaurant, Sweet Soldier Road, which is north of Prince Charles Drive, is a Bahamian family-owned business. Rooms are available 24 hours, so you can swing by at any time. And let me tell you about Stella's signature restaurant. We got that real Bahamian breakfast. Boiled fish, stewed fish, and Johnny cake. Just like Grammy, still dancing in the kitchen. We're serving up that elevated Stella's signature flavor all day with lunch, dinner, and signature cocktail. So whether you're craving a morning plate, a late night taste, or you just want to get away, book it at Bella. Contact us at 356-3396 or visit our website, Stella Signature Suites.
South Beach of Bay Street.
I'm pleased, I really dig your company.
It's your chance to join the discussion of today's issue. Yeah, let your voice be heard. Speak your mind and express yourself. Yeah. Call in and participate at 326-0271 or 326-0272. WhatsApp us your concerns on 809-2310. Follow us live on Facebook and globalradio99.5fm.com. Express yourself.
This is Professor Sidney MacArthur Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network. The Hemans, let me emphasize this very strongly. I need to hear from you. Please send me that email with your phone numbers on it. And the email is the state of the nation 242@gmail.com. Because we're going to need you to support what we're doing, Bahamians. You can't keep sitting back and say, oh, that's a good show. You know, that's all right. But Bahamians, we got some business to take care of. We got to have some town meetings. We got to have some constitutional lectures. We have to do some work, Bahamians. You can't keep sitting down doing nothing. Nothing from nothing brings nothing. You ain't got no country, you know, if you don't move quickly. I've been warning you for some time. And Bahamians, this is serious business. Our very survival as a nation is at stake. That's how vicious the enemy is. You all still around here sleeping, like as if you got all the time. Time is going to run out on you. I believe you have a call on the line. Call you live on air. Go ahead,
Professor, I'm trying to turn this TV down right here.
Hey, what's happening,
you know what?
man?
It's just on a knob like in our day. It's like you got to find this.
Yeah, I'm hearing it in the background. Yeah. Did you get it all?
Yes. Yes, sir, Professor. How you doing?
Okay, I'm doing well.
You recognize my voice?
Yeah, you know, I know it is. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Professor, you know, only when you talk, and like I said, I'm just getting over the darkness right now of what I've been through, and I'm still working on it.
Yeah, okay. But I wish you all the best
speak
with
our
that,
business on
that particular matter.
But you said something just now that really touched me.
Yes, okay.
In that way, and I want to ask you if the lady from Venezuela,
yes,
asked Trump to I don't know what the right correct term is, but I believe it is. You said invade. Is that the term you use?
She is calling on the president of the United States to take this man out, who's their president in Venezuela. That's it.
Destroy him, kill him?
Well, I wouldn't say she said destroy him
Okay.
or kill him.
Well,
But she want him to be removed.
Yes.
Now, that's an internal problem.
Yes.
So why are you bringing Donald Trump into the picture? For what reason? For what purpose?
Well, I always relate our issues to what's going on in America, of all countries.
Okay.
Do you agree that we are going through the same thing America was going through under Joe Biden?
Yes.
When he was just opening the borders and letting everybody in.
Yes.
And everybody thought like I do today. Now you could please correct me. I keep hearing these reassurances that we're not finished yet. But I don't see it, Professor. I am not convinced that this country is safe. As Brave Davis is moving right now.
I heard on the air before I came here,
yes,
a report on the radio about a couple of people they say they are deporting to different countries. About less than 50 of them, I think it was. You see, I don't want people playing games with my head, you know.
Yes, sir.
We have got many people in this country who are living here who ought not to be here.
Absolutely.
All right?
Donald Trump said that about the Bahamas.
Yeah, he did say it. He said it a long time ago. But the point is, we need the authorities here to take the appropriate action as far as matters relating to immigration is concerned.
Well, Professor, just let me stop you right there for a second. Do we have any authorities in that regard?
Who do you mean who? Who do you mean? The people?
Yes. Do we have they call them the permanent secretaries of immigration?
Listen.
And even customs.
But listen, see, people fail to realize. See, the Constitution says who is in charge, you know. The Minister of Immigration has what? Overall direction, that's one. overall control, that's true, of the Ministry of Immigration.
And can he act independently?
Now, that's a good question you asked.
Good question, right? And is he acting independently?
Well, he has the office. The Prime Minister gave him the office to operate in.
But he only...
And constitutionally, he has a mandate from the Constitution.
But he only acts on the pleasure of the Prime Minister, does he? Or not?
But listen, see, the thing is, the man is in the office.
Yes, sir.
The Constitution says the man has overall direction and overall control of that particular ministry. That applies to any minister in the cabinet.
And what if he knows this and refuses to go by it? because that's exactly what happened in Haiti.
But listen to this. See, this is why I got to get right back to the nitty-gritty. But it's a good question you asked. Because, see, the man called that other talk show host, who doesn't seem to understand what the man is saying. He talking about leadership, and the man talking about systems. He said, well, we've been trying all kind of things.
Absolutely.
Is something wrong with the system, or is it wrong? What is the real issue?
But didn't our Prime Minister of the past, Hubert Ingram, invited? Oh, I don't know if he was invited, but he came over here and he spoke to the community over here. He said, vote, as if they were able to vote. He said, vote in the interest of the people who are helping you. Now, what I don't understand about that is, if he's down there trying to save Haiti, what is he up in the Bahamas telling Haitians to vote in their best interest in the Bahamas? Why is he here doing that?
You mean the former president of Haiti?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that happened.
Under Ingram.
That happened, yeah.
I have video of that right now.
Yeah, that happened.
And it was the strangest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
but here it is now. I don't know, but 10, almost 15 years ago, now it is coming to fruition.
Yeah.
So I think that's the wrong word.
Fruition, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
But the lady in Venezuela said it's beyond our control now.
Yes, that's what she's saying.
And that's what I was saying about Joe Biden and Brave Davis. I think it's beyond our control. If the patriots that you represent and all the patriotic behemoths, because we seem to have none, they just bow into anything that Brave Davis does right now. And Brave Davis said the other day that we are a Christian country.
Yeah, that's what he said.
And we should do Christian things, right?
Right, and we should obey the law.
Yeah.
Well, then he has to tell his government he got to obey the law too.
And they have nobody in his cabinet or in his PLP government who will stand up to him.
Well,
none.
We heard the words right out of the man's mouth. We got the tape right in there.
Absolutely.
I think I can play that today.
Thank you. I got that from your show. And it's just straight up lies. And we've been following. I'm going to hang it right now because I know you got a lot of people back there.
And guess what? Hold on, caller. We can play the two tapes.
Absolutely.
The one he said when he was campaigning.
Absolutely.
Because he's saying in the second tape, he is saying, they say.
Yes.
They say.
I'm a Haitian Prime Minister. Yeah. And the first one with the Sakbase, man, look here, I think I brought it. I know. I heard it from Lincoln Dean. I was pushing that from day one.
Listen, that's why I am trying to get the Bahamian people to understand.
But
listen to what the man is saying and watch what he does.
The Bahamian people, Professor, if you drive up there in certain constituencies in Nassau, other than Fort Castle and Centerville down the street and where I live and areas around here, you could see the struggle. But most Bahamians are living good, and they don't care about me and you and the other people. I don't know about you. You probably know better than me. But they don't care about people who are struggling right now. Most Bahamians just don't care. And some of them are fourth, third generation Haitians. And they have 12 million against us. Look at, 12. That's just two numbers, right? 1, 2, 12. Now, when you say 300, that sounds like a lot, right? But 1,000 compared to 1 million is astronomical. And the Bahamian people can't seem to see that? That if they spit 1 million on us, we finish. That's a third of us gone. I mean, 3/3 of us gone. Like the Masonic Lodge. 33 and a third, we gone. And that's what's happening right now in the Bahamas. And I'll let you go, like I said, I promised a couple of minutes ago. We have so many examples to show you, because the PRP and the FNMs, you know, they're saying, they're laughing at us saying, oh, you're saying the sky is falling. Yes, the sky has fallen. We have a prime minister who said he was a Haitian. We have consultants in the Ministry of Immigrations who are Haitian. We have, and remember this one. I know you love Rodney Monka, but God took him, Obi Wishcombe, and Vaughn Miller out for a reason, to show you a sign. You're losing the Bahamas. I don't care how much you love these guys. They were so beautiful to you. God took them out of there, and he's taking people out every day. If you go to Princess Margaret, everybody needs blood. Why? Yeah. Because we got suckered into the other Hubert menace, trying to tell us that what he did was for us. He's on Facebook today, and everybody's going along with, like he said, the Bahamas. This dude, I gotta watch my words. He is the reason for a lot of people suffering right now with issues like Princess Margaret can't get enough blood. Well, you know what? We got 12 million Haitians. Why they can't come and give our Bahamians some blood, huh? I can leave it right there, man. I get getting too mad, Professor.
Carla, thank you for your contribution.
God bless you, sir.
Okay, Bahamians, I'm going to tell you right off the top, we need God to intervene in our affairs, okay? And we have some very serious national problems. We need a God focus. If we listen to God, and God has a lot to say about how we ought to govern this country, and I'll be covering a lot of that, and also what the Constitution has to say. I believe we have another call on the line. Caller, you live on air. Go ahead, please.
Hey, good afternoon, Professor.
Hey, what you say, man?
And good afternoon, Bahamas.
Yes.
Professor, we have a great country, you know, but guess what we got to do? We got to watch the naysayers saying all kind of things, or our system broke down and stuff like that. We got to be careful of that.
No, we have
because
to. We have to. You're right, caller.
You saying something?
No, you're right. You're correct. You're correct.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm saying we got to be careful of that, because they saying our system broke down, but everywhere you look, someone trying to sneak a little something. A legend now trying to sneak, they bring their people in. But Professor, listen here. All we got to do is stick to this Constitution. Professor, I bring it up. I come with a Bible verse today, but I will say this. I'm going to say it one more time. We got an awesome system, but people just need to follow the system. Yeah. And if you already know, listen to us who say it. Because, man, listen here, Professor. I've been to page, I can bring my Bible verse right now. I've been to the Constitution, page 39, and Article 47 and 48.
Yes.
Professor, that rule out half of the people. You got to be a good, honorable citizen. You got to be a Bahamian of the Bahamas. And Professor, I ain't finished that yet. That rule out a whole lot of people. You got to have a good character. You got to have little money. Man, Professor, when that go down here, that rule out half of these people. Okay. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And every time things come up, I never get to finish it. But Professor, that's what I bring out today. I don't bring out for these people who are trying to sneak things in. You know, we are the one who ought to judge angel. How you all can get that past us?
Yeah,
we ought to judge angel.
That's
1 Corinthians 6 and 3.
Yes, you're right.
6 or 8, one of them. We are the one to judge angel. Why are you trying to sneak something in? We can see it. I think about that all day. That might be only funny to me, but I think about that all day.
Man,
that's have a blessed day.
Yeah, thank you, Carla. What you said is correct. We are to judge angels. How much more of these mundane matters that we are not dealing properly with? And this is what God says about us. We have a higher calling to achieve, but we have to overcome these situations that we're confronted with. I got to bring my special guest in. Lady Russell, welcome to Global Radio 99.5 FM. Oh, Van Dyke Bennett Taylor? Oh, Van Dyke Bennett Taylor, you there?
I am.
Okay, good. Welcome to Global Radio 99.5 FM. Is Lady Russell still on the line?
Yes, I'm here.
good. Okay, Lady Russell. I'm glad.
I am
Uh,
here.
Lady Russell, you go ahead first, and then we will bring Van Dyke in. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I was really enjoying the contributions of your various callers from
Yes, ma'am.
the national insurance comment
Yes.
to Brother Colbuck talking about some of the failures. And I
Yes.
just wanted to point out that the apathetic administration of our immigration laws is what has caused us to come to this day of rebuke and infamy. It's easily correctable, though, because we have the Constitution.
Yes, we do.
Unfortunately, the Constitution is not taught in high schools, and
Yes.
most people have never read it, Professor.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
I know? I had not read past the preamble until I ran into you.
Yes, ma'am.
And when I gone up to 48 and all them big numbers, I was lost. I didn't know what that meant.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
recently, after meeting Mr. Sean Gardner, I got introduced to Article 7.
Yes,
And I
ma'am.
kept thinking, well, how come we didn't know that? It's
Yes, ma'am.
been there from 1973.
That is
And
correct.
so Article 7 shows everyone, especially the immigration department, that they're not doing their jobs properly.
Yes, ma'am. Lady Russell, I believe my
Uh,
producer is telling me we have another call on the line. Just hold your
oh,
point.
no
Lady Russell.
problem. No problem.
Mr. Producer, bring the call in. Caller, you're live on air. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Professor Thompson and
Yes.
guests. This
Yes,
is
sir.
Canada Hannah from Freeport, Alabama.
Yes, Brother Hannah. How are you?
Professor Thompson,
Yes.
I called to talk about the Bible today, and I'm gonna need your help.
Go ahead, caller.
I can't hear you, Professor Thompson.
No, go ahead. Yeah, make your point. What is your
Okay,
point?
my point is, I'm gonna need your help, Professor Thompson. Now, we're the vessel. Remember, they have vessel named a boat. Vessel, thrive in the water. So they emulate us. They say we's vessel. So when we went in our mother womb, Professor Thompson, we swim in the water. That's mean we're the vessel. So they stole that idea from us. So we
Caller, you're losing me. I don't know. What are you specifically addressing? What do you want to talk
What
about?
I'm saying, vessel. Be the vessel, right? So it's in the Bible. Man is the vessel,
Vessel to
right?
do what?
Our being, be vessel, be the vessel, and our head is the temple. Remember?
Caller, this is so vague. I don't understand. What is your point? What point you want to get across, man? Can you make it simple?
My point is, Professor Thompson. The Bible said we are the vessel. We swim through our mother womb in the water. We've been baptized.
Put the call on hold. Put the call on hold. See, I am lost at what the heck he's saying. I'm trying to get a simple explanation, but I'm not getting that. Mr. Brewster, bring him up again and see if we could get what he's saying. Caller, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, please explain what it is you're talking about this vessel. I'm at a loss at that.
Okay, you follow the Bible, Professor Thompson. Please, I need your help. Do they say man is a vessel?
Oh boy.
I'm asking you.
Caller, I can't get into that today.
Okay.
Call me off
I'm gonna say something else. They say we have to be baptized. We've been baptized in our mother womb when our water broke. We've been baptized before we came here.
Caller, I think I have to end the conversation because I don't know where the heck you're coming from. Mr. Brewster, with the greatest respect, caller, I have to discontinue the conversation. Lady Russell, go ahead.
Yes.
I don't know where he's coming from. I'm at a loss.
It's okay. I used to have your task for years. A lot of our people just need love, and praise music is always good. It calms those angry and confused entities that hang around. But a lot of our people just need love. And one of your earlier contributors that was expressing concern over the future of the National Insurance Fund. And that is a genuine concern if we don't move quickly to ensure its continuity. I remember you had a guest on about a year ago, and he's a consultant, I think, and he said how many millions of dollars is deposited to the nation down south. And so that needs to be corrected. How it happened? We had people from various parts of the world who skewed policy to help their particular bias and prejudice. But it's illegal because constitutionally, if you serve in this government and if you are elected to do the business of the Bahamian people, not
That's
some
correct.
other nation. And so
That's
these are the anomalies that we have allowed, and they're easily correctable. It's been apathy. You kept rowing the people. I get really protective when you do that because I understand why this has happened to us. We didn't know. I was telling you yesterday, if you inherited $1 million in the will, but you weren't there at the reading, you could be sitting right in the pig pen eating slop of the hog because you don't know what you have. And so God richly blessed the Bahamian people on July 10th with a document that ensured our freedom, that ensured our prosperity, because that national insurance fund, if it's managed properly, all of us should be able to retire with a great amount of dignity and care. That's what it was designed for. It's a social safety net to ensure that the quality of our lifestyles continue after we no longer contribute to the economy. It's ours. It's not anybody else's. We don't owe to take the money over to some other nation and drop it and run like we're stupid. It's wrong. It's another illegality that we've tolerated, a violation of our systems. That has happened in so many different areas. From but it's all apathy, Professor. We can fix it. What we need to do is to select and elect persons that are fully committed to the Bahamian way of life. Anytime you're talking in different language and you're talking sideways, we ain't fooling with you because we've learned that that doesn't work for us. Yeah, you may be brown, but unless you are 100% Bahamian, we have to pass on that because that hasn't worked for us. And we have sense enough to make other decisions. We will select other people. We looking at Article 7 of the Constitution. It tells you precisely who is a Bahamian and it tells you who are not. So that should be very simple, Professor. That
it
ain't
should be.
rocket science.
No, no, it's not. Yeah. Yeah, it should be simple. But it has
Very.
to be explained. It has to be explained to the Bahamian people because I heard, like I said before you came on, I was talking about this particular caller on
Uh-huh.
another show asking
Mhm.
a question. And the
Oh,
host of
they
that
are.
particular show was saying, he was talking, the host was talking about leadership of the particular personality or
Mhm.
personalities in office. And the caller was talking about, okay, well,
Mhm.
or yes, we've been going to the polls, we elect this one, we elect that one. Is the system the problem or what is the
Mhm.
problem? And I don't think that caller got any clarity
Ignorant.
based on what the host had said to him. There are a lot of people out there looking for real answers to real problems. That's why I just have two basic questions. You have given certain people the authority to run this place,
I hear you.
and you have to question by looking at what the record shows you and ask yourself is do you want to continue in this way, yes or no?
Okay.
Because there's a way to correct it. But we can't keep beating around the bush, looking at
Yes.
this, looking at that. You like this one, you like that one. That is nothing to do with the issue. People are dying. People are
Mm-mm.
dying in this country because
No.
they are not getting
No.
answers to their problems. That cannot be the way we ought to function in the Bahamas.
Exactly. Exactly.
You see, and that upsets me because people want
We have
answers.
to.
And there's a cause of action people can
Well,
take
we got
to
to
get
select
those
people
answers.
who have answers.
But that I agree with you,
Yes.
Lady
You
Russell.
mentioned the flooding. You you mentioned the flooding, right, Professor?
Yes, I mentioned
The
three areas
flooding
which are
at
flooding now.
Pinewood.
Yes, Pinewood and
Right.
Golden Isles and
That
also
that has
Nassau
been a long held problem.
for decades.
I've
32.
entertained people in talk radio who wanted to get ahead who sounded like they were going to do something. But I want to tell you this, Professor. In the archives of the Ministry of Works are all sorts of projections from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers on how to fix most structural problems about this country. We elect people. I don't know what happens once they get into that hallowed hall, but something happens to them, the actual personality. They forget why they're there.
We
And
have seen from hardcore evidence problems have not been solved.
Not even addressed.
Well,
not even addressed. We're looking now at roads. We're looking at drainage. All these things are easily done. The maintenance of communities, the collection of garbage. But if you didn't select someone who lives in that community, you think they're concerned about how often the garbage is picked up? They don't care.
I have to go to a break, so I want you to
Yes,
hold on.
no problem. No problem.
And this is Professor Sidney McArthur, Walter Thompson, my special guest, Van Dyke Bennett Taylor, and Lady Philippa Russell. We're talking about the Bahamian culture. We need things to be Bahamianized in this country, Bahamians. We gotta wake up to that. We only have a limited period of time. Please send me that email today, the State of the Nation, 242@gmail.com. Please put your phone numbers on those emails. This is Professor Sidney McArthur, Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network, 99.5 FM. We'll be back after the break.
Express Yourself Live will return right after this.
It's the season of joy and giving. Loyal support, wishing you all the peace, love, and joy that this season brings, and a healthy and prosperous new year. This holiday, we will be closed December 24th through 26th, open December 29th and 30th, closed December 31st through January 2nd. Shop. It's Christmas, and 'tis the season to be pampered with Windermere Day Spa's special Christmas packages. For just $167, the Holly Jolly package, a 50-minute hot stone massage, manicure, and whirlpool pedicure. Then at $218, there's the Christmas Spa Teaser, Swedish massage, revitalizer facial, manicure, and whirlpool pedicure. Or check out the Windermere wish list at a well worth it $247. Swedish massage, enzyme facial, manicure, and whirlpool pedicure. Bam! Or at just $134, festive bliss, stress relief massage, manicure, and whirlpool pedicure. Purchase a gift certificate or book your appointment. Call Windermere, Caves Village, 327-613-506, or Harbor Bay at 393-8788. Merry Christmas from Windermere Day Spa.
We all know that finding the perfect gift can be difficult. We house a wide selection of perfume and gift sets to suit everyone on your Christmas list. Spend $50 or more and enter to win a prize from our Christmas giveaway promotion. We can help you get it right this Christmas. You know the person, and we know the perfume. Merry Christmas from the Perfume Bar.
The holiday countdown is on. The search for the perfect gift is stressful. This year, skip the stress. The Brass and Leather Shop and the Luggage Store have it all for ladies, men, and kids. We carry the names you trust: Land, Rioni, Kipling, Guess, and Toto. Find stunning handbags with matching wallets, backpacks, stylish belts, and cool cell accessories. Traveling for the holidays? Land, Travel Light, and Too Cheap guarantee that you will travel in style. Check out our Sperry shoes for him and Land and Trim Foot for her. Come see us.
John West would like to thank you, Freeport and Nassau Nassau for letting us put shoes on your feet. New arrivals are in now, including your favorite sandals and flats.
Up to size 12.
We are also authorized retailers of Timberland Pro safety shoes and Crocs.
John West has dress shoes for everyone in the family. So check us out downtown Freeport and behind the Walk Up Wendy's Carmichael Road West. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at John West Shoe Company.
We look forward to putting shoes on your feet in 2025.
Have you heard about Janae's Chesapeake Road's 5 days of Christmas give back? Get up to 20% off your toys or bicycles, electronic ride-on cars, four-wheelers, and motor tricycle purchases. All electrical item sales are final. Bring in a current year Janae's back-to-school purchase receipt, valued more than $50, excluding that, and get an additional 10% off. Restrictions apply. And don't forget the Christmas decorations, balls, and ornaments. Janae's Chesapeake Road's 5 days of Christmas give back going on now. Extended store hours till 7 p.m. Hurry in and get more bang for your bucks.
Another year, another Christmas, and another opportunity to enjoy the amazing variety and quality at Y-Cares. Men's jeans all styles, along with dress and short sleeve shirts. Ladies jeans all styles, plus dress pants, blouses, and underwear. Y-Cares has a big selection of fridges, stoves, irons, and fans, and even bed mattresses and box spring frames for all sizes. Everything you need for everyone that needs it is at Y-Cares. 3 locations to serve you: Bahama Avenue, East Street South, and Prince Charles Drive.
Bahamas Liquidation and Auction Center has launched their online auction website. Now you can browse, cast your bid, and win amazing items like some of these winners.
I just won this blender for $55 on BahamasLiquidation.com. I want this suitcase set for $100 at BahamasLiquidation.com.
And now it's your turn. Simply grab your laptop or smart device and log on to BahamasLiquidation.com. Once you reach the main webpage, click on the My Account option where you can go to register. After filling in the necessary information, hit register and you're good to go. Happy bidding! Please have your credit card on hand, as the winning bidder is responsible to pay for the winning items within 30 minutes of the auction closing. The winner must collect the items in store within 24 hours after the auction is closed. Please note that a 3.5% service charge will be added to your winning bid amount at checkout.
I won this HP laptop for $120 at BahamasLiquidation.com.
I won this Magic Bullet for only $35 at BahamasLiquidation.com.
Bahamas Liquidation Auction Center,
where you say hello to goodbye.
From Cable Beach to Montague, it's your chance to join the discussion of today's issue. Let your voice be heard. Speak your mind and express yourself. Call in and participate at 326-0271 or 326-0272. WhatsApp us your concerns on 809-2310. Follow us live on Facebook and globalradio99.5fm.com. Express yourself.
This is Professor Sidney Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network 99.5 FM. I'm delighted to see that the Bahamians are beginning to ask some good questions. I heard that happen today on this show and also on another show I was listening to before I came here. But unfortunately, the particular host of that particular show could not provide satisfactory answers for the caller. And that's disappointing. And, Bahamians, we can't keep playing games. We've lost too many people over the last 52 years. Needlessly. So that is a person. Okay, we have Lady Russell on. Back on. Lady Russell, I'm going to get Van Dyke into the conversation. Van Dyke Bennett Taylor, welcome to Global Radio 99.5 FM.
Yes, Mr. Thompson.
Speak a little louder for me, please. You.
I said, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. That's better, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I just want to say good afternoon to our valued guests and listeners out there.
Yes.
And hello? Oh, okay.
Now that was Lady Russell.
Okay. Yeah. So, as I was focusing on, I heard a lot of stuff what Lady Russell said, and it was filling for me. Being that she started from the history of when we really get our really first chance to really be independent and to start to make progress in society and develop this nation to share with one another. But those, like in the early stages, it was really, really good because it was a culture. But what happens is as you keep in the news and stuff like that, and like the internet right now, people shift because you know, our country is such a following country. We don't really is out of all countries, like we don't really get, like we don't love ourselves like we should with the
Yes.
culture and even the resources what we have and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
farming and all that. Like people break away from farming and everyone want this. A lot of people want this get rich scheme type thing, you know. And if you look around you, you know, like I visited the Bahamas recently, and as I drove around, it's almost like a gambling town now.
Okay.
Everywhere you turn is like, it's like a gambling spot, and everyone gambles, and you know, from older people to younger people, and everyone think that they're gonna hit this number or do something to
Yeah.
get something real quick, not knowing that you're really telling God is not enough. You know, he gives you, when he put that stuff in your hand, he know why he give it to you. Because, you know, a lot of people don't know is that if you get money at the wrong time, it could put you in the wrong place, you know. And a lot of people don't understand that we as a nation, we have to come together, especially husband and wives, and whatever resources you have to embrace that, and search deep down inside of you by praying, reading the Bible, so God could give you a word, so you could understand the correct way how to use the blessing what he gives to you. Because he always, you know, he always give you stuff for what he wants you to accomplish.
Okay.
You know, but people take, I know, I mean, it was like so many people has changed in the country because of this gambling thing. And it's like ridiculous,
Yes,
you know. Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel as though a lot of development, a lot of people blaming, but is the individuals themselves and the leadership. They fail to give information that these people could know the correct way how to conduct themselves to really advance themselves. And it takes more than just like going up on a stadium and or with a big speaker box and speaking like, hey, you should do it like this. You have to to try to get in the same way you recruit these people. You go to their houses and you knock on the door. That's the same way you should come around to just see, you know, to do census, to see self-development and family structure. And I feel as though that's what they do here in America. They come in and they check, they find out what resources you have and how much money you're making. And the federal government could come to a house and tell everyone who is making money. They know the mail coming to you. They know what you're buying, all these stuff. So they could tell the flow of money to see how affluent you is, you know, in society. And I feel as though if we have a system like that in the Bahamas, we could minimize, or we see people falling. You could, these same people with the census and monitoring, they could come to a house and say, hey, I see you dropping. What went wrong? What's going on? You know, and you could see like when the yard used to be clean, now it's not being clean anymore. You know, stuff like that. Oh, it used to be paint, now you don't paint it no more. Now you go from one car breakdown in the yard to two. It always be signs before it really get out of the line, but everyone is in it for themselves. And I mean that's human nature, but it's up to the government to set up a system to make it their responsibility to really check to see how people is developing, how they developing in this country. And because what happened is when you get in power, everyone wants this quick money, quick job, and those days are over. I mean, you come in for a job, you're making like what, $300 a week, maybe $400 a week. That can't do nothing for you in 2025.
Yes.
You need more. You need more than that. And I mean, that's just my opinion on the overall situation. I mean, I figure that is the government responsibility to search to see what is the self-development of individuals, how they going about developing themselves. Like, what you gonna do in 3 years from now? Okay, you 60. What if you get sick? How you gonna take care of yourself? Okay, you're in a marriage, you just separate. Okay, who's gonna take care of you? Where's your daughter? All these stuff, like these stuff should be done in a community first environment, and before things get out of hand. And because when a person have a stroke from not eating properly or stuff like that, now you put in your name up, say you need blood and all these stuff, which
Okay.
if you have good medical, that could really help you a long way.
Taylor, I got to put you on hold now because I got a caller on the line. You can stay right where you are, as I know you can go to the line and come back. It's something like me. This is Professor Walton. Call him. You're live on air. Go ahead, please.
Yes, good afternoon, one and all. Jesus Christ of Nazareth, under the sound of my voice, as God bless one and all. And Mr. Sidney, Professor Sidney McArdle, Walter Johnson, Berenice Johnson, the original.
Yes, ma'am.
And to your American guest, Bahamian American guest, Taylor and Miss Russell.
Listen.
Now,
hold on,
you
caller. Hold on.
always
Hold
ask
on.
those questions.
Hold on, caller. All two of them are Bahamians.
I'm not hearing you.
All two of my guests are Bahamians. Real, raw-born Bahamians.
Okay, no, but he said something about he's in America, right?
Yeah, he's in the United States. That is correct.
Oh, that's what I said. He's over in the U.S.
Yeah,
so
he
thank
is.
God for that.
Yeah, okay. All right, go ahead.
My point is, we here in the Bahamas, now we go fix this, because ain't no use talking. Because when you were on Miss Philippa Russell's show, I referenced certain particles from the Constitution.
Yes, ma'am.
When you used to be on her show, along with what's his name? Andrea Lockhart?
Andrea Lockhart, yeah.
Yeah, if she's still around, I think she's still alive.
Yes, ma'am.
But what I need to tell you to bring this to conclusion, because you spoke about, I think it was Chivago Line show. I'm monitoring all the shows. That's my duty.
Okay.
As the part of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, to bring the dignity of humanity to each and every household with this progressive liberal party led by Philip Edward Grave Davis and my mortal boss, former Prime Minister Hubert Alexander and Mr. Christie. They spoke to identifying the system and breaking the cycle when they were up in Abaco in the 80s. That's why I put them together collectively. And Dr. Hubert Alexander, Minister, will deal with portions of the FDA, the CDC, and the APA reports. Now, you always said you wanted to know about the history from 1729. However, we will go way back to 1200, the 1221 to present, because our people are living the good quality of life, okay, not hand to mouth. We have 8 suspects already now, and they were a part of public life. I will not call their names. We in the Royal Bahamas Police Force, we know who, what, and why. And this is the universal shift for Bahamians to get the best, because it's divine to be Bahamian. And in Bain and Grandstown first, because this is where I was relocated to immerse in the pilot project here, and brought down by the late Ozzie King. I don't know if you knew him, but he was a member of the Transfiguration Baptist Church, where your father founded.
Yes, ma'am.
Transfiguration Baptist Church. But
yes,
now, this in and out attack on the Bahamas is by external forces who are not believers in God Almighty, and in this most sacred and commemorative season of Advent, Jesus of Nazareth. Okay?
Yes,
and that is why I always put the Bible ahead of everything, any constitution whatsoever. And not that we are involving the United States of America in our business. The point in fact is the financial criminal atrocities that took place, especially over in Atlanta, Georgia, where 3 of our prime ministers used to go sometime to vacation. And this is why collectively they must address what is going on, because I was 18 and now I'm up in my 60s now.
Yeah, that's a
and
big
it
drop.
shall be fixed.
Yeah.
Yes?
Let me ask you this now. I know you've spoken to this before. How soon
Yes,
you
sir.
think this could be fixed?
Pardon?
How soon you think this could be fixed?
Well,
You have any idea?
you know what, you see what you spoke to last week. I couldn't call back because you all know I accept my call twice. The phone system is in shambles because it has been accessed and hacked by external forces. We know what has caused that, and that is where all the monies that Dr. Denotra Archer speak about, that she wasn't paid, they are stealing the money electronically. And by this new norm, spokesman for the FNM who said the new norm is to steal other people's money, other people's identities, and other people's intellectual property and data.
Yes,
I am a victim of that, and I had to go to the U.S. Embassy and tell them to watch all those people because I'm not related to none of the Johnsons overseas or here in the Bahamas who call themselves the Patriots. We are no relatives whatsoever. But I told the officials to watch it, and I'm happy that a chief envoy is here now to work in partnership to cause the foreign direct investors and the shareholders to have access to the funds that were stolen. And it will be led by our commissioner, King's Counsel. We always say King's Counsel because we are in the law enforcement agency and we act on the late Queen, now King, advice.
King Charles.
And to enforce the law and cause the justice to each and every individual. Any questions before I hang up?
Yeah, but see, it's taking too long, man. For justice for the average person, why is it taking so long? You say you were 18 at that time, you're now in your 60s? Come on, man.
Well, okay, that should tell you because this is the sacrifice that nobody else wanted to make. Because Miss Philippa Russell is saying, you there talking about you defending the prime ministers and look how you live. And yes, I had to allow it to be this way because every Bahamian ought to be living in a shelter home for the homeless.
But
we have access to the money, Mr. Thompson.
Yeah, but
I don't talk foolishness on this radio.
I'm not saying that. Yeah, but slow down. Just slow down. I'm not saying you're talking foolishness. What I'm saying to you, we had 52 years, going on 53 years as an independent nation. When can we see that kind of support for the average Bahamian? You have any idea when that might come about?
Before this election call, because the problems what they are having over in Grand Bahama is caused by external forces stealing the Bahamian people's money, and we know how to access it and who the financiers are, who are relocating it to other parts of the region, thinking that they can steal the American foreign direct investors' money. And that is why Doge had to be called in. They were supposed to crash the phone system, and thank God for Mr. Elon Musk, Starlink. That saved it, because I told my model boss, Mr. Ingram, to expect an outage and phone calls all over the Family Islands instead of experiencing phone outage. No communication, and that is wrong.
Berenice,
I have joined the Progressive Liberal Party, and Mr. Wade Watson is my member of Parliament, and wherever he is, he shall be starting the improvement in the Bain and Grandstown area. And Miss Philippa Russell, I know you live somewhere in Bain and Grandstown. We shall see it in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Now, you all can call me back if you all have any questions about this.
But listen. No questions. But hold on, Lady Russell. See, what I'm trying to get from the college.
Comment.
The point is that, you're
not going to get it.
Hold on, Lady Russell, please, okay? The point is we've been hearing all of this about the former prime ministers and the current prime minister and all of these police officers and this and that and the next thing. That has no bearing on the average Bahamian who is catching hell in this country.
Amen.
Understand?
Mr. Thompson?
Yeah, can you answer it?
Yes,
yeah,
because the same clips that you see where they are saying, where those individuals who are behind the scenes, who are advising present Prime Minister Philip Edward Brave Davis to speak certain things and say he's one of them. The same suspects we have. 8
Wait a minute. Slow down. You saying that some people behind the scenes are saying that this particular prime minister is one of them?
No.
What are you saying?
I said the suspect who be boosting up. They are the same suspects and they are operatives who be in every setting. We have these people and we will cause them to expose themselves because God reigns on the just and the unjust. Because Mr. Rodney used to call all our prime ministers Haitian. They are not Haitian. They are Bahamians, 100%. We check and we vet them, okay? I do not comply to the general orders. That is how come I can stand and question any prime minister, even her excellency.
Let me just
Alexandria.
Let me just tell you this: we don't know, okay? We have a tape. When this current prime minister made some remarks some time ago, several years ago. It is him who made a statement. And we got another statement that he made, which is contradictory to the one he made the first time. I can play that. I'm going to play that on air today for the people to hear.
I heard it. You played it. I monitor every radio station.
So then what is happening? What then is the problem there?
I was on your show, Mr. Thompson. I was on your show with Bishop Gregory what his name? Gregory Colley.
Gregory Colley. I understand all of that. But ma'am, the thing
Berenice
is,
Johnson, the original. Yes, sir.
Berenice Johnson. We got some serious problems, and our leaders don't seem to know what they're doing. Because the problems continue to persist.
No, it's not the leaders. You have advisory council who play the triple agent role because the love of money over loving God.
Okay.
We
Could
know
you bring her on another day?
I just told Lula Smith down at the PLP headquarters. That is why I joined the Progressive Liberal Party. You had the FNM leader said that he approached Mr. Rick Fox. Okay? Mr. Rick Fox turned him down. He is under investigation. Mr. Pintard is under investigation still as a felon for murder for hire against an American.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Jesus.
You see how the conversation gets
who's your guest?
It gets out of hand
because she's not the guest, Mr. Thompson.
Yes, she's a caller, Lady Russell, and I allowed her to speak. Okay? The point is, I am saying to you.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, but the point is, I'm saying to you, we have leaders in place who be elected to run the country. The people look to them to deal with the issues that confront us. Now she's talking about some other people. I don't know nothing about them. And we keep going around the bush over and over and over again, and there's no resolve. That's what I'm looking at.
It's a trick.
Go ahead, Lady Russell. Go ahead.
Professor Thompson, knowledge of the law is the greatest deterrent to crime.
Well, that's
because of what we did not know. No, there's so much we did not know.
Yeah, but the point
there was so much
people, Lady Russell, the people who've been elected to run the country,
have a responsibility.
Responsible for the welfare of the people.
Yes.
We have to decide: is it happening? Yes or no. All this other talk that the caller was talking about, the average person isn't interested in that. We just know we're getting hell out here.
Or who and what you're a member of, it's your business. Here's what we know. We have some systems that have been poorly managed by people that we have paid well to manage them. Now, what we know that we need to do quickly is some systems overhaul, some reassignment of personnel, some selection of right personnel, because if you tell me that you are here, you hoisted another flag, you have all kinds of contrary conversation, but you're in our national business. I say to you, knowledge of the law or not knowing the law is going to be no defense in the charge of fraud, because we have some people in our business who are fraudulently in it, doing all manner of nonsense. We can call this spade a shovel. We're not going to continue with this. Now, what do you call it? A strict proof check of our records will show what has happened. who is not supposed to be in our business. The kinds of laws we need to put in place quickly to ensure the preservation of our culture, from food, music, drink, dress. We have to put laws in place.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
can't come and open up. That's another thing. The issuing of licenses where
Yes.
businesses are allowed to operate. We have a bunch of people who have turned houses into restaurants. Now, while that look like you're being kind and you're letting people make a living, here's what you're doing. You're creating the potential of a bubonic plague outbreak, which will put the whole country out of business because
Yes.
most people only hear about the Bahamas. They think it's one land mass. If we have a major health problem in one island, it puts all the islands out of business. That is why you have licensing and health officials, the collection of garbage. These are the areas that we failed in, Professor. We have
Yes.
not paid attention to the
Yes.
due diligence and the management of simple systems that could put us entirely out of business. So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
come here, you land here, we know how you reach, no one invited you, and you turn the house into a restaurant. And
Yes.
then you burn in the garbage in the backyard. Or you putting it in everybody else's tin. This is a problem. Rats everywhere.
Yes.
But you cooking. No one is preventing you from possibly putting our country out of business. So we're going to have to revamp the laws. We're
Yes.
going to have to hire people who enforce the law, just like they did in America. ICE agents, yep, we're going to need some people who enforce our immigration laws to the letter.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
born here, that don't mean nothing according to our constitution.
That
So
is
we
correct.
have a bunch of people here who ought not be here. We have people who have been hired to enforce the law, but they are part of the problem. So for whatever reason, laws are not being upheld because of what do you call that? Not just apathy, nepotism, wrong relationships, all kinds of problems that have solutions. We just need enforcement. We've got to hire people who are Bahamians, who are intent on maintaining the Bahamas as a Bahamian destination. Because you tell me what your native food is, and it's being served all about, but I can't find no stew fish. I can't find a snapper wood fry dry and the tail ain't curl up. You telling me about all kind of other things. How did this happen? And
Yes,
I
ma'am.
want to correct it immediately because it's not supposed to happen. We have laws. We have health laws. We have zoning laws. We have law, and there's no excuse for the lack of enforcement other than some worthless people have decided that they're creating somewhere else. Well, you won't get away with it here because A. Loftus Roca, when he was the Minister of National Security, he informed us of what the consequences are if we do not enforce our laws. And he said, as long as those laws are on the book, we will enforce them or we
Yes.
will change them. But I will see the fella who's going to show up and change our constitution or change our laws. I hear some people talking about the Privy Council is a problem and the Constitution is a problem. The devil is a lie. The Privy Council exists to enforce the constitutional provisions that guarantee our freedom.
We're gonna have to
China
go to
almost
break,
have 2
Lady Russell.
billion people.
Yeah, we gotta go
Yeah,
to
if it
break,
wasn't for the
Lady Russell.
Constitution, they'd all be here. Yeah, I'll be right
Yes,
here when you
ma'am.
come back. Okay.
Okay. This is Professor Sidney Walter Thompson, my special guest, Lady Philippa Russell and Van Dyke Bennett Taylor. We're going to break. The lines are open 326-0272-813-0271. We'll be back after the break.
Express yourself live. We'll return right after this.
Bella Signature Restaurant and Suites. Get away. Wake up in paradise, dilly or dally. Start your morning with handcrafted flavors. Or dive in the pool. Relax, recharge. Bella is more than just a stay, it's an experience. Bella's Signature Restaurant and Suites Taste the
Myra Scents and Gifts, formerly Bed and Bath Concepts, is located at the mall at Marathon. They've got gift baskets, gift sets, teddy bears, and women handbags. You will also find the best selection of perfumes, especially the now hard to find ones, like Club to Nude for men and women, Red Door, Perry Ellis, White's Diamond, and an assortment of Arabian perfumes, just to name a few. It's Myra Scents and Gifts. Friendly atmosphere, affordable prices, satisfied customers. Come on in. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Telephone 393-5958.
This Christmas, the rush ain't only on Bay Street. It's happening at Shell service stations throughout Nassau. Fuel up today, drum up cheer, and win with Shell. You can score front row Junkanoo tickets, New Year's Eve concert experiences, travel vouchers, dinner gift certificates, and $5,000 in free fuel for a year. Spend $20 or more for your chance to win. Fuel up, drum up cheer, and get ready to win with Shell. Follow us on Facebook at Sun Oil Bahamas. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, Shoe Depot has what you and your wallet need. They are stuffed with stylish and exciting footwear, handbags, wallets, and accessories for all occasions. Shoes for the professional, casual, cute and glitzy, skid resistant, and ultra comfortable for those long work days. Shoe Depot has got you. Oh, and be sure to join our Shoe Depot Rewards Club for extra savings and earn points for special benefits. Visit either of our two locations, Golden Gate Plaza or the Palmdale Plaza. At Shoe Depot, you'll find the best selection of the best styles and at the best prices.
Sound and lighting for your church or instruments for your band. Audio plus audio. Equipment for your DJ set or audio for your car. Audio for lighting and musical things and more. Come to the bigger and better musical store. Come down to Audio Plus.
Located Soldier Road North, south of the Village Road Roundabout. Phone 394-6668. The musical store that wows.
East Street to Blue Hill Road. It's your chance to join the discussion of today's issue. Yeah, let your voice be heard. Speak your mind and express yourself. Call in and participate at 326-0271 or 326-0272. WhatsApp us your concerns on 809-2310. Follow us live on Facebook and Global Radio 99.5fm.com. Express yourself.
This is Professor Sidney McGarr, Walter Thompson. We got 30 more minutes. My producer is telling me, so we're going to have to pack it in. Let me just say this to the Bahamian people, because it seems like some things never seem to be understood in this country when it comes to the way how the country ought to be run. Now, I understand that some people did not know in the past, but Bahamians, it has come to the point where you cannot stay not knowing. That is not going to help us as we move forward in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. We have to know. We have to know what our Constitution says. We have to be able to say to our representative, we have to be able to say to the government of the day, this is not constitutionally sound. But you can't say it if you keep saying you don't know it, or you're not even interested in getting to know what is right, what is wrong, what is good, and what is evil. We have some very serious problems. And that's why I asked the question about the constituency, where you live every day of your life. 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, some been there from 1973 and even before then. And yet you've been living in these terrible conditions over and repeatedly, election after election after election. And some people have gotten this voter apathy where they think, well, what is the point? We have to examine the evidence of what we have done over that 52-year span. Let's look at it at the constituency level. Let us look at it at the national level. Because the purpose of a government is to protect the interests of its people. The purpose of the representative is to make sure that that particular personality represents in the parliament of this country the interests of those particular persons in that particular constituency. Now, if that is not happening at the constituency level, it is not happening at the national level, then we got some serious problems, Bahamians. We have to look at this very objectively and ask ourselves what has gone wrong. We have a caller on the line. Caller, you're live on air. Go ahead, please. Yeah, go ahead, caller. Caller, go ahead. I think that we're not getting the caller there. Caller, you're live on air. Can you go ahead, please?
Hi, hello.
Yeah, go
Good
ahead.
afternoon, Mr. Thompson. Good afternoon, panel, our guests.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I've listened to you. On one of the questions that you asked about persons don't know.
The person don't know what?
But that persons don't know the Constitution and seems not to be interested in it, and then it falls into voter apathy.
Let me make a point of correction. I think you might have misunderstood some things I've said. What we have is a lot of people had no understanding about this Constitution. Absolutely none for almost 52 years, okay? That's point number one. Point number two, since I started to be on air and talking about the Constitution of this country, there have been numerous people who have said, Professor, we're looking at the Constitution, we're studying the Constitution, we take an interest in the Constitution. You have some people that are asking very intelligent questions. I've had some call on this show, others call on other shows. But the shows that are out there are not able to give satisfactory answers to the callers. I just listened to one just before I came on the show.
Yeah.
And the particular host was not able to help the caller. The caller had very good questions. What is the point of people being on air and you cannot constitutionally help the people when they ask these questions? This is why I say that representation is extremely important for the welfare of constituents. What kind of representation? That is something that constituents have to look at. I always talk about the national problems. The government of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas is responsible for the national welfare of the Bahamian people. And I asked the basic question, what major national problems have been solved over the last 52 years? And here are the clear-cut benefits that the Bahamian people are enjoying today as a result of these major national problems having been solved. What is the point of having an administration if you're not getting any national problems solved? What is the point of having a representative if you're not getting your constituency problems solved? Can you answer that for me?
I could based on my opinion.
No, you can make an opinion. I'm not knocking you for that.
I could clear cut say that in 52 years, nothing was done. What has been done is that there has been a deliberate and consistent and intentional programming of the masses to be independent.
Yes.
On governmental parties, meaning that for instance, I have always asked, and I have lived and worked in other jurisdictions. I've lived and worked in the United States. Okay. I've lived and worked in Canada, and I began to get the exposure of how countries that run properly, how they work, okay. how the systems are designed, in order to benefit the majority of the Bahamian people.
Okay.
Here in the Bahamas, there is a biblical voice that comes to mind, and it says, "As a man thinketh, so is he."
Yeah,
because the mind is a serious thing, and in this country, ignorance is power. The more ignorant you are, the more power the more power that they can control your mind. Because, for instance, why is in the Constitution, why is in the labor law, why is in the penal code taught in the schools? Why is it not a part of the curriculum? Why, when you talk about true civics talking about how bills are passed, how the Senate is formed.
Yes.
What is the role of an MP? What is the role of the Prime Minister? None of these things are being taught. My grandchildren, who is U.S. citizen, at the age of 9 and 11, could quote the United States Constitution. They are being taught civics, where they're being taught how governments are run, how systems work, what is their rights as a citizen. And this has been a void in this country for so long, where it is so sad. From 18 to 60, because they are ignorant, they just depend on party rather than country. When you look at our health system, when you look how things is run, nothing works in this country, sir. Nothing works in this country. Why is it that when I go to a government business, allegedly, I have to, what we call a tip, but we have to bribe government workers to do their job when they are getting paid. And so that is clearly indicative of what happens to the top. And so they hide things from us, and they sign treaties and agreements and stuff like us to us. I mean, look at this recent asylum bill that they push.
Yes, I'm following you, caller.
You know, and when you're talking about national issues in this country, where we are so polarized, and where we put politics even above God.
Okay.
You see, so when you have a people that is being taught to not think and to depend, what do you expect?
So, are you saying that Bahamians cannot think for themselves? Is that it?
Most of what I see, this is the problem with us. We don't like the truth. We don't like to. Most of us want somebody else to think for us.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, that's a problem then. If that's true, that's a big
Most
problem.
of us want. Most of us want somebody else to to give us this. You know, for instance, I am so sick and tired whenever I hear a politician comes and the government say they sign heads of treaties and agreements.
Yes,
The first thing they talk about jobs.
Yeah, that's true.
Jobs.
Yeah, you're right. You're quite
What
right.
about ownership?
Yeah, that is never mentioned.
They
caller.
never talk about ownership. They never talk about empowering the Bahamian people. The first thing come with them out jobs.
So
That's That's what Dr. Miles Monroe said. Woe unto the nation when a slave become a king.
So, caller, you are highlighting the points, and I cannot disagree on all the points that you mentioned because they are accurate and precise. The point I want to get across to the public is this: what are you prepared to do about it? Because we can't be going through another 52 years with this foolishness. What is the electorate prepared to do about it? Because when you look at the record of elections from 68 to 2025, the electorate in this country has given a particular party a massive landslide of seats in every single election from 68 right on up to the last one. Why has the electorate doing that?
Sorry to cut you off, sir. The reason why that is like that, there again, I goes right back to ignorance.
Say, go back to.
We have not been educated. We have not been educated.
So who's responsible for this education? Is it the government of the Bahamas?
Well, this education is twofold. It is government and us.
Okay.
Right opposite Hofferson's son is government publications.
Publications, yes.
Well, most of us will not go there and purchase a copy of the Constitution, a copy of the labor law, a copy of the penal code, because there again we have been taught not to think, and we have been taught to have reader's apathy. There was something called reader's apathy. We don't like to read.
Well, caller, I'm going to tell you quite frankly, when you look at those things that are government publications, even if the average person got it in his hand, that average person will not be able to decipher that information.
I agree.
No circumstances. Not that I'm saying that I won't use the word ignorant. It's just that the particular average person lacks understanding on the laws. The laws have been around, the statute laws from 1729. They have been changed. There's been no real movement to help educate the masses on what these laws actually mean. Now, I won't talk, the Constitution law, that's a different kettle of fish altogether, because hardly anybody knows about that, except the fact that you've had in your parliament an army of lawyers from 1729, and it has continued right on down to today, 2025.
Sir, again, Professor, in my humble opinion, all of them, the system in this country is designed for the few, not for the majority.
But caller, stop right that point right there. This is what the caller was saying to the host of that particular show. He was talking about the system. The host of the show was talking about leadership of the particular personality who happens to be in the office of prime minister at any one particular time.
They go on and on, so they go on and on.
But the caller was saying, we've been trying this, we've been trying that.
Yes.
But we're not getting any results.
No.
So what's the reason for that?
Okay.
Because you say they go in hand in hand.
One thing, see, I go with biblical scripture. One thing with a leader, and I like Dr. Miles Monroe, and his stance with leadership.
Okay.
One thing with a leader, a true leader is gonna recognize, first of all, where wisdom comes from. It comes from God. Secondly, a leader is going to educate and is going to expose you to what you are valued and what you are worth, and what you can be. A leader is also going to push and to encourage personal growth and opportunity and empowerment. When you look throughout the Bible, when you're talking about when you're talking about leaders or whatever have you, and when you look at the best leader ever, which was Jesus Christ, he educated, he encouraged, he exposed,
okay,
and let persons know what are their value.
So you're saying the leaders we have had have not met these criteria. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
No.
All right.
No,
Okay.
sir.
Fair enough.
No,
Fair enough.
sir. They push their agenda.
Okay.
They push what is in the best interest for them. When you look in this country, in my humble opinion, nothing is pushed in this country unless the PLP and F&M benefits.
Okay.
And the majority of the people suffer. For instance, you look at the minimum wage, $260. The average person, right now, the livable wage in this country, sir, and there was a study done by the University of the Bahamas, and that was ignored.
Okay.
Where they said the average person to live in this community have to be making at least $600 a week.
Okay. Now, caller, I have given you a good opportunity to speak. I'm listening to what you're saying, and I think we because it's a shortage of time, I have to cut it because we got our special guest, Lady Philippa Russell, and I'm sure she wants to say something based on the things you've said. But I just want to thank you for your contribution. If we could get more callers like you, I think we would be in the right direction. But we've got to solve these problems. It's, as you yourself said, in your estimation, as you understand it, we just had personalities in office who just couldn't get to the mark. Lady Russell, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Yeah,
You should get his name and number. He needs to be your guest because your guest ain't had a chance to talk.
I agree with that. Yeah, I hope he would call again. And, he made some very excellent observations, and I think we can work with that.
Yes, but we're not without hope. And this ignorance that everyone talks about, that's fine. You could claim ignorance, but ignorance is no defense.
No defense.
And there are consequences already in our law for every violation that we have tolerated. All we need is law enforcement. We have a constitution. We have the penal code. Now what are we going to do? We're going to keep on getting people who go looking out for their cousin, their sweetheart, and all that foolishness. Yeah. We need enforcement of our existing laws. We have laws.
Yes.
We have them. We're not stupid. We have managed this nation from 1729. Yes, but there's some fraud that we have tolerated, and we are no longer going to tolerate it, nor are we going to be influenced by people who call on talk shows because they need something to eat and tell lies and take up and listen. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Not going to tolerate it because it's the lack of truth that has caused us to be in this position. Fraud being tolerated, lies being entertained, and foolishness. But we cannot continue, Professor Thompson, because even our elderly citizens will need that national insurance money.
Yes,
they will need to see a doctor, which is their entitlement.
Yes, ma'am.
You see, when you talk about entitlement, when you talk about law, that's not negotiable. That's not subject to what the minister thinks. To hell with the minister. We have a law. we have an
entitlement.
We're going to enforce it. Very simple. We're not going to tolerate the foolishness. We're going to enforce it.
Yeah.
So perhaps Brother Van Dyke want to get a word in because we got 2 minutes.
Mr. Producer, is he on the line? He's gone. He's gone. Yeah, okay. Well, Lady Russell, want to thank you very much for your contribution. And at a later time, we'll hook up again. Well, thank you very much. That was Lady Russell.
I will.
And that caller, that last caller, if he's still listening to the show, if he can call in and leave his name and number with my producer, we can look at the possibility of inviting that particular individual to be a guest on our show. We need people like that. He has tremendous insight into the issues, and that's what we need to talk about. Then how we're going to go about solving it. See, once we get a grasp and understanding of what needs to be done, then the task is to make a determination as to how you're going to move in on it. Because we can't be going through another 52 years of this foolishness. We're in our 53rd year now. Now, of course, tomorrow is Thursday, and we have a special guest tomorrow. Then, of course, open line on Friday, which would be, I understand, the last show for this year on this radio station. This is Professor Sidney Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network 99.5 FM. Bahamians, please pray for the country. We've got to get to know one another better. All right? There is hope for us. We have laws, like Lady Russell said. The laws are there, Bahamians. We got a strong constitution. There's no need for us to be hiding and ducking and saying this and saying that. No, Bahamians, we can come out right out in the open. We can say to the government, you are dead wrong. And this is what the law says. You've got to stand on the Holy Bible and the Constitution. You see me do that every day. I'm not afraid of no government. And ain't no government take nothing out of my hand. Because I can tell them, you can't open my hand to take nothing out. My Constitution gives me my protection. Where the heck do you think you're going? This is Professor Sidney Walter Thompson on the Global Radio Network, 99.5 FM. Have a pleasant afternoon.
Global 99.5 FM reminds our listeners that the views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the host and guests and not necessarily the opinions of the owners of Global Communications Network and the operators of this radio station.
This is 99.5 Global FM, your number one source for R&B and the